The Mickey Mouse TV series is the best thing to happen to the character in a long time. If you follow Disney, odds are you've probably seen the new, stylized, and sleek version of everyone's favorite mouse. For those unaware, Mickey Mouse is a show that began airing on June 28, 2013 on the Disney Channel. Developed by Paul Rudish, the series returns Mickey to the cartoon short format. The shorts, running anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes in length, see Mickey and his friends in a variety of situations, ranging from the ordinary to the extraordinary. Perhaps the most unique element of the show is the numerous episodes set in non-US countries. These episodes often use cultural traditions or holidays as story backdrops. What's more, the dialogue in these shorts are spoken in each country's respective language, but without subtitles. While obviously no substitute for actual research, it's a neat way to introduce younger audiences to different cultural practices. The show is written in a very general style that allows it to be accessible to viewers of all ages. It's clearly a labor of love, and each episode feels thoroughly thought out and carefully constructed. One of my favorite aspects of the show is how self-referential it is. Numerous Disney characters make cameos. Long-forgotten characters like Horace and Clarabelle occasionally show up, and there are little winks and nods sprinkled throughout. Sometimes there are blink and you'll miss it gag, and sometimes an entire episode will be a send-up to a particular film. These jokes aren't just limited to the studio's film library though. One episode sees Mickey and Donald building a theme park called Potato Land for Goofy, complete with pastiches of the Haunted Mansion and great moments with Mr. Lincoln. Even still, the series doesn't rely too heavily on these types of gags, which is nice because that would get annoying pretty quickly. Instead, it chooses to focus on situational and character humor. This decision proves to be heavily beneficial to the series' star. Through creative writing, Mickey becomes funny again. Before I receive a ton of angry comments, let me clarify that I love Mickey. He's a lovable character, and he's very likable, but he's not particularly funny. But first, let's take a real quick side tangent to explain why he wasn't funny. In the late 20s and early 30s, the Disney animators, beginning with Ub Iwerks, would animate Mickey with a technique called the rubber hose technique. He and many early characters were animated in a loose style that allowed artists to sometimes ignore solid anatomy in favor of a gag.
That's why it's so interesting to see how Mickey developed year by year, film by film, as Walt tried to imbue him with a distinctive personality. Walt and his staff came to realize pretty early on that Mickey had great appeal, but he wasn't terribly funny. So they surrounded Mickey with a funny supporting cast, including Pluto, Clarabelle Cow, Horace Horsecollar, and the silly fellow who would come to be known as Goofy.
By the mid-30s, Mickey's appearance had evolved thanks mostly in part to Fred Moore, the studio's best Mickey animator. Mickey became more pear-shaped, and by his appearance in Fantasia, he had developed the eyes that we see today. These changes allowed for Mickey to be more expressive, but because of his already established personality as the all-around good guy, Mickey's role in shorts would be more reactive than active. The original Mickey Mouse shorts placed him in situations that were funny, rather than Mickey being the driving force of comedy. The Mickey Mouse show places him into humorous situations, but even when he's in a more subdued situation, the writers give Mickey a distinct personality like Donald or Goofy have. The stylized nature of the show also allows animators to incorporate more cartoony actions, leading to some fantastic visual humor. He's still the same mouse, he's just funnier. Because the episodes are so short, it's very easy to binge them. They're currently available on the official Mickey Mouse YouTube channel to watch. I'd be lying if I said I didn't find at least one joke per episode absolutely hysterical. The show has received numerous Emmys for its animation, direction, and writing. And best of all, the show takes previously underutilized corporate symbols and allows them to be living, breathing characters again. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it.